Yo, y'all, this one is wild. The music world is officially on fire because Young Miami, one half of the legendary City Girls, is reportedly taking Tyla to court in a $20 million lawsuit. And it's all over a song. That's right, $20 million over alleged theft of a track. According to reports, Young Miami claims that Tyla lifted one of her songs without permission. And now the legal battle is full on, and the drama is spilling everywhere. But it doesn't stop there. Tyla is furious and isn't staying quiet. Social media is exploding, fans are divided, and music insiders are dropping their hot takes on who's in the right. Did Tyla really steal the song? Or is Young Miami overreacting? The tension is real, and this isn't just a simple music dispute. It's a clash between two heavy hitters in the industry, with a massive audience watching every move. Today, we're breaking it all down. We'll cover the alleged stolen song, the lawsuit details, Tyla's reaction, and the possible fallout for both artists. By the end of this video, you'll see why this story is dominating social media and why everyone's talking about it. Trust me, the behind-the-scenes drama, the legal implications, and the fan reactions are crazier than anything you've seen this year. So stay tuned because we're diving into the $20 million battle that's shaking the music industry to its core. Young Miami has built her reputation as one half of the iconic City Girls, dominating the hip-hop scene with hits that not only top charts but influence the sound of modern rap. Known for her confident lyrics, bold persona, and undeniable talent, she's earned a loyal fan base that watches her every move. Tyla, on the other hand, is one of the rising stars in the music industry, gaining traction with catchy hooks, viral tracks, and a growing social media presence. Both artists have carved out their spaces in a competitive industry, and now, for the first time, they're clashing publicly, and it's messy. At the center of this feud is a song that Young Miami claims she originally created. According to her legal team, Tyla released a track that allegedly mirrors her work too closely. Similar lyrics, melody, and overall composition. Young Miami insists this isn't a matter of inspiration. She claims it's outright theft. When artists release music that overlaps with existing songs, disputes can sometimes be resolved privately. In this case, Young Miami claims she tried to address the situation directly with Tyla and her team. But when no resolution was reached, she escalated matters to the courts with a jaw-dropping $20 million lawsuit. The allegations alone have sent shockwaves across social media. Fans are divided, and everyone is analyzing the two tracks line by line. Some defend Young Miami, emphasizing that protecting intellectual property is critical, especially for artists who depend on their music to earn and build a legacy. Others side with Tyla, pointing out that musical influence and inspiration are a natural part of the industry, and sometimes overlapping ideas don't necessarily constitute theft. Adding fuel to the fire, clips, screenshots, and side-by-side comparisons of the songs are spreading online, igniting intense discussions. Fans are debating the similarities, questioning who's right, and dissecting every detail. The internet is acting as both judge and jury, and the situation has escalated from a private dispute to a public spectacle in record time. The legal angle is significant. Copyright infringement lawsuits like this are complicated. Young Miami would need to prove that Tyla had access to the original work and that her song is substantially similar. Expert testimony, musical analysis, and precedent could all play a role in determining the outcome. If Young Miami wins, Tyla could be liable for millions in damages, and the decision could set a major precedent for future music disputes. On the flip side, if Tyla successfully defends herself, it could validate her artistry and strengthen her career, proving that she wasn't copying but creating independently. The human element also makes this story compelling. Both artists are putting their reputations, careers, and public images on the line. Young Miami is making a statement about defending her work and demanding respect for her craft. Tyla, meanwhile, is showing she isn't afraid to push back and defend her integrity. Social media has amplified these stakes, turning a legal matter into a narrative of rivalry, artistry, and ambition that fans can't get enough of. This feud also highlights how quickly music disputes can escalate in the digital age. Where once disagreements might have remained private, today a few posts on Instagram or TikTok can spark viral debates, making it almost impossible for the involved parties to keep matters behind closed doors. Every reaction, comment, and post is magnified, and the story grows with each new social media cycle. At the core, this $20 million lawsuit isn't just about money. It's about credibility, artistry, and the right to claim ownership over creative work. Young Miami is sending a message to the industry. Copying isn't acceptable, and she's willing to fight for her rights. Tyla's response demonstrates resilience and a refusal to back down, showing fans that she's ready to defend herself in the face of serious allegations. The fan reaction has been intense. Social media timelines are flooded with opinions, memes, and heated arguments. Some fans are calling for accountability, supporting Young Miami's pursuit of justice. Others are rallying behind Tyla, questioning the motives behind the lawsuit, and pointing out that the music industry is full of overlapping ideas. The debate is highly polarized, and it continues to drive attention, keeping the story trending day after day. This is just the beginning. In the next part, we'll break down the timeline of events, from the initial alleged theft to the filing of the lawsuit, and Tyla's reaction as the drama unfolds publicly. By understanding the sequence, we can see how a private dispute turned into a $20 million spectacle that has captured the attention of the music industry and fans alike. For now, here's what you need to know. Young Miami is asserting her rights. Tyla is fighting back, and social media is watching every move. The stakes are high, the allegations are serious, and the drama is far from over. Fans should brace themselves because as this legal battle develops, there's no telling how big it could get, or what the outcome might mean for both artists' careers and legacies. The drama escalates when we look at the timeline of events leading to this massive $20 million lawsuit. According to reports, the dispute began quietly, behind closed doors, with Young Miami allegedly reaching out to Tyla and her team to address the issue before it became public. This is a common first step in music disputes. Artists often attempt to resolve conflicts privately to avoid media scrutiny and public backlash. But in this case, Young Miami claims that no resolution was reached, leaving her no choice but to take legal action. The filing of the lawsuit marked a major turning point. Court documents reportedly outline the allegations in detail, claiming that Tyla's track is not just similar, but substantially derived from Young Miami's original work. This is a serious accusation in the music industry, where copyright infringement cases can result in massive financial penalties and reputational damage. The $20 million figure being sought sends a clear message. Young Miami is not taking this lightly, and she intends to fight aggressively for her rights. Tyla's reaction has been just as explosive. Instead of quietly addressing the claims, she's publicly expressed her anger and frustration, making it clear she plans to defend herself. Social media posts suggest she feels blindsided by the lawsuit and disputes the allegations, claiming her track was independently created. This response has fueled the fire, with fans quickly taking sides and intensifying the debate across platforms. TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram are flooded with fans comparing the two tracks, debating who is right, and creating viral content that keeps the story trending. The public's role in this story cannot be overstated. Social media acts as a magnifying glass, amplifying every detail and reaction. Clips comparing the songs are dissected by fans, commentators, and influencers, sparking heated debates that often overshadow the legal facts. Every new post, comment, or screenshot adds fuel to the fire, making it nearly impossible for the dispute to remain private. The online court of public opinion has effectively become as influential as the actual courtroom in shaping how this story is perceived. As the timeline continues, it's clear that the lawsuit has already had ripple effects throughout the music industry. Industry insiders are watching closely, analyzing potential outcomes and implications. If Young Miami wins, it could set a precedent that influences how rising artists approach song creation and copyright. It could also signal to the industry that established artists are serious about protecting their intellectual property. On the other hand, if Tyla successfully defends herself, it could validate her creative independence and potentially bolster her reputation as a rising star who isn't afraid to stand her ground. One of the most interesting aspects of this timeline is how quickly the story transitioned from a private legal matter to a global social media spectacle. What began as a dispute over a song has now become a full-blown cultural event, with fans, media, and even other artists weighing in. Memes, debates, and reaction videos have flooded the internet, keeping attention on the feud and ensuring that every new development goes viral almost instantly. The legal details also provide insight into the seriousness of the situation. Young Miami's legal team reportedly included claims for copyright infringement, lost revenue, and reputational harm. These elements combined explain the massive $20 million figure and highlight just how high the stakes are. Defending against a lawsuit of this scale requires substantial resources, legal expertise, and strategic planning, which Tyla will need to carefully navigate. The coming weeks and months could see expert testimony, musical analysis, and potentially even negotiations or settlements behind the scenes. Fans are closely watching the unfolding timeline, eager for updates. Every new post from Tyla or Young Miami is scrutinized, every interview dissected for clues, and every social media interaction becomes a potential piece of the puzzle. The intensity of fan engagement demonstrates just how invested people are in this feud, turning it into a story that dominates not just the music world, but pop culture at large. Ultimately, this timeline shows us how quickly a music dispute can escalate. From quiet attempts at private resolution to explosive public allegations, $20 million in damages, and a social media frenzy, the situation has moved at lightning speed. The stakes are not just financial but reputational, with both artists' careers potentially affected by the outcome. And with social media amplifying every move, there's no telling how much bigger the story could get before it reaches its conclusion. As the drama unfolds, one thing is certain. This feud between Young Miami and Tyla is more than just a song dispute. It's a story about artistry, rights, reputation, and the power of social media to amplify conflict. Fans should be prepared for twists, turns, and potential settlements that could reshape the narrative entirely. Whether this ends in court through a private agreement or continues to escalate online, the timeline makes it clear that this is a feud that will dominate headlines for weeks, if not months. By following the sequence of events, from the initial alleged theft to the public reactions and the filing of the lawsuit, we get a clear picture of how high-profile music disputes unfold in today's digital era. Every decision, every post, and every comment adds to the story, making it impossible to ignore. The timeline of this feud is far from over, and fans around the world are watching closely, waiting to see what happens next in this $20 million showdown. Now that we've walked through the timeline of events, it's time to analyze what this $20 million lawsuit could mean for both Young Miami and Tyla, as well as the music industry at large. This isn't just a battle over a song. It's about credibility, reputation, and the high-stakes world of intellectual property in music. First, let's look at the legal implications. Copyright infringement cases in music are notoriously complex. For Young Miami to win, she would need to prove that Tyla had access to her song and that the allegedly copied track is substantially similar in melody, lyrics, or composition. Courts often rely on expert testimony, detailed musical analysis, and prior cases as precedent. This is why these battles can drag on for months or even years, with outcomes that can be both financially and reputationally significant. A win for Young Miami could mean millions in damages, songwriting credits, and a clear signal to the industry that copying work without permission has serious consequences. Tyla, on the other hand, has publicly denied the claims, showing that she's prepared to fight this lawsuit. Successfully defending herself could vindicate her creative independence, proving that her music was original and that she has the right to build her career without being accused of theft. Either outcome will have ripple effects, not just for the two artists involved, but for others in the industry who create music in an era where ideas and sounds often overlap. Public perception is just as crucial as the legal battle. Social media has amplified every detail, with fans, commentators, and other artists weighing in. Memes, reaction videos, and viral comparisons of the two tracks are keeping the story trending, and the court of public opinion is influencing the narrative in real time. Young Miami's pursuit of justice could earn her respect as someone fiercely protective of her craft, while Tyla's fight-back approach appeals to her audience as a determined artist refusing to be intimidated. The financial stakes aren't just about the $20 million. Lawsuits like this can affect brand partnerships, endorsements, and future opportunities. Big-name companies often hesitate to collaborate with artists involved in high-profile legal battles, which could impact both women's income and influence. Beyond that, the outcome could influence how other artists approach songwriting, sampling, and inspiration, setting a precedent for the boundaries of creative work. The emotional aspect cannot be ignored. Both artists have their reputations, legacies, and fan bases on the line. The story resonates because it's not just a legal battle, it's a narrative of ambition, integrity, and the fight for recognition. Fans feel invested, picking sides and debating every lyric and line of the songs in question. This human element is what makes the feud so compelling, ensuring that it continues to dominate social media conversations. Speculation about the outcome is rampant. Some industry insiders suggest that an out-of-court settlement is likely, which could include financial compensation or shared songwriting credits. Others argue that this case could go to trial, resulting in public courtroom drama that could last months. Either way, The stakes are high, and every move made by both artists and their legal teams will be scrutinized. The feud also highlights a larger truth about the music industry in the digital era. Social media has made it nearly impossible to keep disputes private. Platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter amplify every action, turning even minor disagreements into viral phenomena. The story of Young Miami versus Tyla is a perfect example of how a legal issue can become a cultural event, where fan engagement drives the narrative as much as legal filings do. Ultimately, this battle is a test of influence, artistry, and strategy. Young Miami is sending a message that she protects her creative work and is willing to take extreme measures to enforce her rights. Tyla is asserting her independence and refusing to be intimidated by one of the industry's biggest names. The tension between these two positions is what makes this story captivating, with the outcome likely to have lasting implications for both women's careers. As the story continues, fans should expect twists, developments, and possible surprises. Whether it's new legal filings, statements from the artist, or viral social media reactions, the drama is far from over. The feud has all the elements of a headline-making saga: talent, money, conflict, and the relentless scrutiny of the public eye. One thing is clear: this isn't just a feud between two artists. It's a reflection of how the modern music industry operates, where intellectual property, public perception, and social media influence are all intertwined. The $20 million lawsuit is a high-stakes battle that could shape the careers of Young Miami and Tyla, impact how other artists create music, and provide a cautionary tale about the complexities of originality in today's digital age. Fans around the world will be watching every development closely. Every new post, interview, or legal update has the potential to shift public opinion and alter the course of the story. Whether Young Miami and Tyla settle quietly, go to court, or continue exchanging statements online, the narrative is sure to keep unfolding with high drama and widespread attention. So, whether you're Team Young Miami, Team Tyla, or just here for the entertainment, buckle up. This is a high-stakes, multi-million-dollar battle that has already shaken the music world. The story is far from over, and the next chapter could change everything. All right, fam, now it's your turn. What do you think? Is Tyla really guilty of stealing the song, or is Young Miami overreacting? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's get this debate going. If you're as shook as we are, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any updates on this $20 million music drama. Trust me, this story is far from over, and the next twist could blow up the internet. Stay tuned, because we'll bring you every single development as it happens.